BMW X3 4x4 2010-2018. The first generation of BMW X3 was not well loved thanks to its poor quality, bizarre styling and firm ride. But the second generation, launched towards the end of 2010, is as brilliant as the original was below par. It did so well, it lasted until 2018, when it was replaced by an all-new third-generation model that carried on a lot of the good ideas started with this car. The diesel-only engine lineup consisted of a 181 bhp 20D that used a 2-liter 4-cylinder and a 3-liter straight-six in 254 bhp 30D and 309 bhp 35D gases. A more economical version of the 2-liter diesel arrived in 2012 in the form of the 141 bhp 18D, and is the only X3 to be found with the rear-wheel drive. A new and more powerful 2-liter diesel was available as part of the 2014 revisions, so both the 18D and 20D produce 148 bhp and 187 bhp respectively. The 6-cylinder diesels didn't alter much, but do have improved fuel economy and emissions. The 6-cylinder units deliver smoother and much stronger performance, but are also significantly more expensive to buy and run, which is why most buyers opted for the 20D when new instead. Whatever X3 you go for, we'd recommend the smooth automatic over the manual, which has an awkward clutch and rubbery action. When you buy a BMW, there are also certain expectations around the driving experience, which is where the original X3 ultimately fell widest of the mark. No such dangers with this replacement version, which is all at once respectively fast and good fun, but also quiet and comfortable. Or at least it is if you opt for an SE version, rather than the M Sport with its overly firm suspension. If you do fancy the sportier looks of the latter, we'd advise seeking out a car that also fitted with the optional variable damper control adaptive suspension. Pre-facelift BMW X3s were split into SE and M Sport trim levels. The former comes with 17-inch alloy wheels, leather seats, dual-zone climate control, a 6.5-inch infotainment screen, and front and rear parking sensors. To this, M Sport adds sportier styling, sports seats, sports suspension, 18-inch alloys and xenon headlights. Post-facelift X3 from 2014 onwards can be found in SE, M Sport and X-Line forms. SE gained heated front seats, the upgraded business navigation package, and an electric tailgate. The new X-Line model got upgraded leather trim and 18-inch alloys, while M Sport carried on much as before, but got larger 19-inch wheels as standard. The second-gen model is a much larger car than the first, with loads of room for 4 adults to travel in comfort, and a big boot too. Granted, the central fifth seat is still rather narrow, and there's a large raised section in the floor where you want to put your feet, but the same applies to the X3's rivals, such as the Audi Q5, Volvo XC60 and Range Rover Evoque. It's in the front where you really get to enjoy the X3, though, not only for the raised driving position and sense of space, but for the classy design and solid build quality. All models are equipped with the BMW's iDrive infotainment system, that's still one of the best systems on the market in terms of features and ease of use. Euro NCAP gave the X3 the maximum 5-star safety rating when it was tested back in 2011. All versions come with 6 airbags, 2 ISOFIX mounting points across the rear seat bench, and an electronic stability program, ESP, as standard to help control the car tricky conditions or during an emergency maneuver. BMW has been known to be tardy when it comes to updating the X3's sat-nav, so see if you can find out if and when it was last done. Also bear in mind that although most versions of the X3 have 4-wheel drive, it is not an off-roader in the same way as a Land Rover. If you need a car that also cope with journeys off the beaten track, look elsewhere. Other than that, it's a case of carefully assessing the car's general condition, looking for damaged panels or curved wheels, insisting on evidence of servicing and using the online MOT history, check to verify the mileage hasn't been tampered with. All X3s use timing chains rather than belts. On early examples of the 20D, this includes BMW's N47 engine, which has been known to suffer timing chain problems when used in other BMWs. For peace of mind, it might be worth tracking down a facelift car car with the later unit, known as the B47. The rear spoiler fitted to some cars made between July 14th, 2017 and February 22nd, 2018 could fall off. The early sign of this is that you might hear additional wind noise when it starts to come loose. Speak to a BMW dealer to find out further information, because they'll need to fit improved fixings to solve this issue. A problem in the fuel tank of examples made from August 16th, 2016 and January 21st, 2018 could lead to restrictions in the fuel supply and cause the engine to stall. If your car is affected by this, it will need to have the fuel system inspected by a dealer in order for repairs to be carried out. Isofix restraints. The rear Isofix restraints on cars constructed between August 1st, 2010 and April 15th, 2016 could work loose over time. A BMW dealer will be able to tell you if your car is subject to this recall and book the car in for repairs. To prevent this from happening again, additional reinforcements will need to be welded to the mounting points. Front passenger airbag. A small number of X3s built before 2013 could have a problem with the front passenger airbag not deploying correctly in a collision, so contact your BMW dealer to find out if your car is affected by this. Power steering failure. An electrical issue with the power steering system could cause it to fail on X3s built between September 19th, 2011 and December 8th, 2015. The driver may notice heavier steering than usual if it does fail. Affected examples will need to have a new power steering system fitted to fix the fault. EGR cooler. There have been 3 recalls for leaking EGR coolers and applied to various models built between August 5th, 2010 and October 24th, 2017. With such a broad time scale, contact your dealer for further information, because you'll need to have the vehicle inspected if it is suspected to be one of those affected. With an aging fleet of examples, this generation of X3 is slipping down the reliability rankings and only managed a lowly 17th place finish out of a class of 23 large SUVs. The news doesn't get any better, because BMW as a brand came in a disappointing 21st place out of 31 manufacturers. Diesel lovers will be pleased with the engines available. But while the 6-cylinder 30D and 35D are great, the more economical 20D is the better choice. Just make sure you get one built after the 2014 facelift, and you'll potentially have fewer issues. On balance, SE would be our choice because it provides all the equipment you'd need and a more supple ride than the former M Sport cars. Our favorite BMW X3, X-Drive 20D SE. Well, if you are the owner of this car, then please describe the problem that you had to face during the operation of the car. Perhaps it is your feedback that will help viewers when choosing a car. That's it for today. Thanks everyone for attention. It isn't much work for you to subscribe to the channel. See you soon.